because what the broke friend did next will surely make your blood boil. It all started when Evie got invited to the birthday dinner of the friend.
Story time about this girl that I'm looking no longer friends with because of how fucking cheap and annoying she was. It was her birthday. And listen, I'm down to spend on someone's birthday. Me and her, we're good friends, and there's a lot of anxiety around coming around birthdays. I'm always going to be there for you on your birthday if we're friends.
And even though the friend decided to hold her birthday dinner in a restaurant an hour away, Evie was still down to celebrate with her.
It was really far, it was very inconvenient. It was in Brooklyn. She didn't even live in Brooklyn. I feel like she was just doing this to like be quirky, but I was like, you know, whatever. It was like $120 Uber for me personally from where I live to go to the dinner, but still, that's like my cost, you know, whatever.
Evie values their friendship so much that even though she had to pay for another $300 for the dinner and around $100 for a birthday present, she didn't mind. Evie wanted her friend to have a fun birthday until a couple of weeks later, this happened.
Our mutual friend is coming to visit from DC and she wants to get dinner, the three of us, and she told me she wants to go out and like have a whole night, and I'm like, yes, like let's plan dinner.
They agreed to have a dinner, and even though they're a little skeptical when the friend volunteered to make the reservations, they still went for it. However, 2 days before the dinner, the friend decided to move the dinner from 8 p.m. to 6:30 p.m.
I wouldn't really think anything of this, but she always does. Like every plan, I feel like she would deliberately like change it because of something she had to do, and this excuse sounded legitimate, so I was like, okay, but I just had a feeling like this was like a bad omen.
But when the day of the dinner came, the friend did something again.
The day rolls around and the girl's like, sorry, 6:30 is too early, can we change it back to 9? Like I'm caught up with work. Everything has to be around her. She is like, I think cheap people are very selfish. But again, oh my God, fine.
And honey, trust me, that's just the beginning. Because when the dinner started, the friend began giving Evie headache again.
She's like, I already ate. And then we'll sit down, which is also so rude. You know we have dinner, why would you already eat? Then she sits down and proceeds to like order stuff on the being like giving her input on stuff on the menu, and I'm like, you said you weren't eating, like why are you giving this input?
And it gets worse because when the food finally arrived, the friend decided to eat almost half of it. But no problem, right? She can just split the bill. Well, the friend seemed to have other plans.
When the time comes where they put the bill on the table, some guy comes over that she ran into, and she's kind of talking to him on the side, and so me and my friend put our cards down, and she was like looking this way, and the waiter comes and takes the bill with just me and her card, and the guy goes away, and she looks back, she sees she didn't put her card down, and she's like, oh.
At this point, Evie was getting pissed off, so she decided to do this.
And I'm like, get your up. The man's right there with the card reader. She's like, well, he already left. I'm like, put it down.
And girl, the next thing that the friend said made Evie's blood boil to the highest point.
Because of my birthday, like you guys were gonna treat me. I already fucking treated you $500 2 weeks ago, okay? But I'm not paying another fucking dime for your again.
And what's insane is that a month after that happened, the friend didn't show up for Evie's birthday dinner, or even bother buying her even a small gift. So from that moment, Evie knew that she couldn't be friends with her anymore, cutting her off for good. But what do you think? Does the cheap friend deserve it?